Okay, here we go. We are live. It is Wednesday, September the 27th, 2017. Thank you, everybody, for showing up again. I appreciate it. We're going to have a great little chat tonight talking about, of course, natural healing. How do we do that? How do we get all of that gunk out of our body that we put in there for decades? And even our parents and their parents, generation after generation of putting in the wrong food in the body. The body's designed for fruit and some tender leafy greens and maybe a few nuts and seeds and some roots, but that's really it. Those are the alkalizing foods. Those are the foods that don't cause a mucus reaction in the body, and that's what we're after. So, but what we have to do is we have to use the assistance of herbs to help us unstick the body. So how do we get rid of all of that gunk? This is the question. It's really simple. We get on a high fruit diet. The fruit is very alkalizing to the part of the body where we get stuck, and that's the lymph system. It's the sewer system of the body. It's where all your roughly 100 trillion cells dump all of their waste, plus you become acidic when you eat the acidic mucus-forming foods. So basically, we get on a high-fruit diet, that starts to move lymph, it alkalizes it, it softens it. Acids dry things out, alkalinity softens it and gets it moving again. And then we use the herbs for that extra punch to push it out. We get the kidneys filtering, we get the GI tract cleaned up, and we go after certain areas of the body that are particularly sticky with the herbs and some physical things. And that's really it. That's how we unstick the body. So, it's really, it is really, what we do is we invite the healing in, really, truly. Healing is not really up to us. It's part of creation. When you get back in alignment with creation, then the creation can flow through you again. That's really it. We're getting out of the way. That's all we're really doing. We're getting out of the way so everything flows again. I use this analogy all the time. You're hiking in the mountains. Are you going to drink water from a stagnant pond, or are you going to drink it from a flowing stream? The stagnant pond is just sitting there, and then a lot of things start growing in it. It's the same with the body. We start with stagnant lymph, we start filling up with funguses and unfriendly bacteria and viruses and things like this that are they don't really belong in the body, but since we're stagnated, constipated basically, they thrive in there. And so we just want to get, really what we're trying to do is relieve constipation in many ways. So that's it. So let's get the body flowing again. Let those really incredible forces of nature work on us and heal us. That's how we invite in the healing. Okay, so we get out of our minds and all of our faith in the laboratories and the white coats and all their fancy gadgets and all that. It's not really working too well, and you can see that by the statistics. So let's get out of the way of the mind and just surrender ourselves, I guess, back to nature. And it's very, very simple. We don't really want to use any complex what we call isolated chemistries. No fancy chemically made vitamins, and there's so many of these supplements out there that have fancy names and this and that. These extracted amino acids and all these things are supposed to be the miracle. I can't even keep up with it. I used to have a cabinet full of that stuff. I have none of that now. Basically taking no supplements outside of herbs myself. So it's really simple, and it's just basically we're trying to, I guess what we're trying to do here is we're trying to awaken from a long slumber, really, and the slumber really is our attachment to the mind. The mind is very much controlled by our egos, and the ego is running amok in the medical industry and the pharmaceutical industry. It's just really amazing. They're very highly paid people, and they've got a real business going. So it's amazing the size of the business, even though they really can't heal much. So let's put our faith back in nature and and the higher powers, if you will. And then we just try to stick to that program. And we've developed a lot of nice little ideas along the way, which I love sharing with people. So let's go ahead and jump into some questions here. And let's see what we got going on here. Okay, looks like I got a green, nice healthy green bar here. And let me know if the sound's good, everybody, and if the picture's good. And I'll start answering some questions, and we're off and running here. Okay, so we got CM here checking in. Hi, CM, welcome. I'm just getting everything set up here. Hold on, okay. All right, so we got the Vegan Renegade is back. I have a question from my mom. She has been sick at the last 20 years. From everything from fibromyalgia, and fibromyalgia is something that I know about because I had, I guess, what they call fibromyalgia. I was locked up head to toe. I was really sore, could barely move. I'm a very outdoorsy person, so it was really, really bad, and that was really taking me down. So that's actually what led me on this path. So that's just nothing but systemic acidosis. Your mom's lymphatic system is backed up head to toe. She's not filtering. Her kidneys are not filtering at least enough to get those acids out. Her GI tract is not helping out, and probably her skin is not helping dump these toxins. So she's backing up. She's acidic. She's stagnating. She's constipated. And the lymphatic system, there's three major fluid systems in the body. The blood, of course, the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is 3 to 4 times bigger than the blood system. Okay, it's a huge system. It's where your immune system is. It's your sewer system, like I said. So when that backs up, you got trouble. It's everywhere. It's in the fluid that's between all the cells. That's lymph fluid in there. Okay, so when it backs up, you're in trouble. Okay, so and it's not just one thing that happens. There's many, many things that happen when you get backed up head to toe. Okay, so she has everything from fibromyalgia to diabetes, okay? So diabetes, I don't really believe in diseases. These are just names to symptoms. That's a blood sugar issue. It can either be the pancreas not producing enough insulin, or it can be the adrenal glands not metabolizing sugars properly. Okay, because they get gunked up with pus and mucus too, and they start getting real sluggish and acting funny. So we don't really treat anything. We just go in and we just remove this mucus and acids out, get everything flowing again, and guess what happens? This stuff resets, it rebuilds, and it turns back on. It's really that simple. She's always in pain. Yeah, acids hurt. They're very painful. They burn you, is always in pain, and she doesn't know where to start. Could you give her some advice? Okay, so the first thing that we do is we clean up that diet. Mom's got to change her ways. She's got to actually got to think outside the box. That box of cereal, that box of pasta, that box of Weight Watchers frozen food. Think outside the box. So she's got to get back to a natural diet. That's the biggest thing she can do. Getting back to a high fruit diet with some salads is the biggest thing mom can do. Huge. Okay, so then we'll come in with some herbs to help her along. Get her on an herbal program for, however many months it takes. So get her on some kidney herbs to open up those kidneys. Get rid of that sediment in the kidneys. Get them flushed out. Okay, get them filtering. Have your mom get a glass jar, hide it behind the toilet, pull it out and pee into it and see if it's cloudy. Check that a couple times a day. Get clouds in that urine. That shows that you're moving toxic lymphatic waste out of the kidneys. It's the greatest test we have. Okay, it's non-invasive. It's free. It's the greatest test to really test if you're on track here. So have mom get the kidneys filtering. That's huge. Get some herbs. Maybe a little short-term dry fasting really helps. Dry fasting is where you just don't eat anything or drink anything for 12 hours, 24 hours. If she can do a 24-hour, a couple of those, that's amazing. Try to be dry at least 12, 14 hours a night. That helps out the kidneys immensely. Okay, so now we got the kidneys. We got her on the proper diet, on an alkalizing diet, an acid-free diet, a mucusless diet. a live living diet full of nutrition, full of everything she needs to heal. Okay? This is what the Creator put on here for us. Okay? We can heal with this. Okay, so now we got the herbs, go after the kidneys. Now we got to go after the GI tract. Chances are mom's GI tract is just backed up. Okay? It's just full of probably a lot of impacted fecal matter, a lot of obstructions in there, probably acidic in the bowel tissues themselves. And those acidic bowel tissues inflame. They become full of mucus and pus, and they don't. They lose their shape. They don't function properly. They lose their muscle tone. They can even, the acids in there start chewing on those tissues in there, and then she can have, basically have a lot of painful sores on there and even perforations, things like that. So some good stomach and bowel herbs. The GI Broom is fantastic. The stomach and bowel formulas by Dr. Morse are fantastic. Maybe in the beginning, get a colonic or two, learn about enemas, clean up that GI tract big time. Okay, so now we got the kidneys going, we're getting the GI tract going. Now we use some herbs to pull on the overall lymph system to help get that moving. We need the assistance of these herbs, and there's some fantastic herbs that really have had a history of helping that lymph move. Okay, so we got lymphatic herbs now, and then to round it off, we go after the glands. Okay, the adrenal glands especially, they sit on top of the kidneys, they control the kidneys, okay? Those adrenals have got to be strong, or else it's really hard to get kidney filtration. They also make antacid steroids that actually help alkalize the overall body. So weak adrenals equals an acidic body a lot of the time. So we want to get the adrenals fired up and making those steroids to bring down the acid level and what's called inflammation. Okay, and a lot of times the medical community will prescribe you steroids to bring down inflammation. Why not make your own? Why not make the real deal, that doesn't have all these adverse side effects? The holistic, natural, homemade version is the best. So turn on those adrenals. The adrenals also make neurotransmitters that run your nervous system, your autonomic nervous system. It helps with bowel movements, heart rate, breath, many, many things. So very, very important to get those adrenals up. And then there's other glands that will turn on with those herbs for the glands. So those are the big four. Okay, Dr. Morse calls it the Fab Four. I call it the 4 pillars. Whatever, that's your foundation of every detox. Okay, and then a month or two of some liver gallbladder herbs are really good. The liver is responsible for. It's a big chemical factory that's responsible for making chemicals that actually bind to toxins to help them get out of the body, and then the bile helps trap toxins and dump them into the bowels. So, very, very important to clean up that liver, and then do some anti-parasite herbs for a month or two, just to clean up all that fungus. All kinds of critters can live in a toxic body that's just become a backed up sewer. God knows what she has in her. Probably some worms. A lot of people have ringworms and pinworms and even tapeworms and roundworms. I know I've pulled some big ones out. So anybody that's eaten sushi probably has some worms. So that's it. And then there's some specific things to do, but that's in a nutshell. So get mom on the program, on the path, and watch your mom change. Okay. Good luck, okay? Hope that helps. We got Antio War back. Nice to see you. Hi, Mark, and everyone else. Just came off another 60-hour dry fast. Feel amazing. Wow, so he went 60 hours with no food, water, nothing, and he feels amazing. What an amazing rest for the body. You shut down all digestion. You shut down the kidneys. Everything gets a nice break. How wonderful is that? 60 hours is a long time, though. Dr. Morse doesn't recommend anything over 36 hours for the dry fast. I've never done more than 36 myself, but hey, if you can swing it, good for you. I find 60 hours a nice dry fast good. Yeah, some are better at dry fasting than others. I find that having no staying time when doing work overhead in my arms, any idea? I have no staying time when doing work overhead in my arms, any idea? Ooh, so I don't know. I'm going to have to just guess at what that means. You're trying to you do some work like on a ceiling or something. I mean, look, when you're dry fasting, if this is related to the time you're dry fasting, you got to conserve energy. At least I do. I don't really feel like expending any energy when I'm dry fasting. So I would save any kind of work, heavy work for when you're back on your fruit and veggie diet. But anytime I hear physical weakness, I immediately go to those adrenal glands. Immediately. Okay, so check your blood pressures. 120/60 is what we're looking at. The best, So the upper number is the adrenal number. The lower number is the kidneys. So check those out. And see if those adrenals are weak. You can tell your adrenals are weak if you have anxiety, lack of focus. Those are big giveaways. Irritability, huge, and chronic fatigue. Those are big giveaways of weak adrenals. Okay, we got Amethyst Schmoller back. Hi. Hi, Mark. Thanks for another Wednesday live show. You bet. I'm asking for someone who has immense sweating issues out of every part of their body, armpits, feet, back, hands, for no reason whatsoever. Okay, so sweat is really tied to, of course, the body temperature. And where is the body temperature regulated? Any ideas, anybody? Okay, it's the thyroid. You're right. So check that thyroid. You might be hyperthyroid. The thyroid might be turned on too much. Get a basal thermometer, one that is used for checking the basal temperature. Women use them for ovulation. You can buy them anywhere. And make sure it's one you can use under your armpits. And then first thing in the morning before getting out of bed, check that basal temperature and see where you're at. I know the minimum is 90. We like 97 point. Let me double check that. I think it's 97.8 is the minimum, and I forget the maximum. If you're over that, let me try and get that for you. I better get that for you. Hold on one second, okay? I want to give you that number, and I can get that for you right away. Hold on just one second. I will get that for you. The maximum that we want. So if your basal temperature is higher than 98.3, okay, if it's more than 98.3, you have hyperthyroid. I would suspect that. So the lower end is 97.8. If you're below 97.8 on that basal temperature, you have a weak thyroid, and above 98.3, you're going to have a overactive thyroid. Okay, and for all you people in foreign countries, the lower end is 36.6 Celsius and 36.8 on the upper end. 36.6 on the lower, 36.8 on the upper. Okay. So I'm suspecting the thyroid, okay, and and it could be up in the brain too. The brain regulates some of that too. So check your eyes. You got a lot of pus and mucus up there in the head. You want to clean that out big time, okay? And you clean that out with overall detox, especially going after that GI tract. The head doesn't drain unless that GI tract is cleaned up, and also some upper circulation herbs can help that. Okay, so check that out. Hope that helps. Ross Steele, good day, Mark. What's your view on this keto diet or keton? I'm not sure what exactly that diet is. These diets. This is what got me my so-called fibromyalgia. Was I did a high protein diet. I did the Atkins, and the idea was to just only eat meat. Protein, and kick yourself, by not having any carbohydrates, you kick yourself into what's called ketosis, where you start burning your own fat. And it worked for a while. My body got ripped and all that good stuff, and then the blowback happened. My kidneys shut down, and I became backed up head to toe. It was horrible. Okay, and so if it's that, forget it. In fact, you know what? Why not get back to your natural diet that the Creator created for you? We're fruit eaters. We got the hands to pick it. We got the exact, structure to chew it. We've got the exact GI tract. I mean, we're frugivores. I mean, we love fruit. We just have been conditioned not to think it's even food. I never thought it even had nutrition. I thought it was just a sweet. I used to think, oh God, there's no nutrition here. This is just a treat. I'll just have an apple once in a while to get me over to the next meal of Big Mac fries and a Coke. You know, that's how lost I was. I was lost, but now I'm found. So, so find yourself again. Get back to simplicity. Get out of the brain. Get back to simplicity. Back to nature. Jeannie, hi Mark, hi everyone. Love that it is another call night. Yes. Amethyst Schmoller, they aren't nervous or anything. It just happens out of the blue at least once daily. It could be negative 20 degrees and they still sweat. Actually know many people with this. Yeah, it's just check that thyroid. Check that thyroid. Terry Lynn is here. All right, Terry Lynn made it. Hi, Mark. Thanks for what you do. Thanks, Terry. We had a nice chat today. Really, really a special person. Thanks, Terry. It's awesome. We got Edita. Hi, Mark. Why people see good results with the keto diet and... well, I'm sorry, and seizures. You know, the thing is, in the beginning, yeah, you can see some things, but you know, it eventually gets you. It eventually gets you, and yeah, you can't base it on short-term things. You got to base it on the overall picture. Look, if you get blocked up with all that protein, protein's very acidic to the body. It's really hard on the kidneys, and we don't need it. We don't need protein. I'm living proof of that. You don't need protein. You get plenty of amino acids from the raw fruits and veggies, and you just don't need it. And you can keep your strength, all that. Just the amount. I talked to these weightlifter guys that are raw vegan. They said, look, it's really about the amount of calories you're taking in and the amount of reps you're doing. All right. It's really all these protein powders and all this kind of junk. You know, yeah, maybe short term it's a shortcut, but it blows back on you. You know, I hate to say it, but some of these weightlifters are just not good athletes. I mean, I'm a surfer here in Ventura. I hardly see any of these big guys out there surfing. You have to be limber and fluid in the body to do these things. You know, well, who wants to walk around with a tight body like that? That's just the ego again. It really is. It's unhealthy. It's just the ego again. But you know, if you want to have a nice body, and I get that, but do it on the raw, and maybe not be as big and bulked up, but maybe you can. I don't know, but you know, just do it right, and yeah. So yeah, I don't know. You know, it's just short term. Yeah, maybe they get some good stuff short term, but the blowback is big time. Dean Hendricks, hi Mark, really enjoy your video cast. Oh, thanks Dean, I appreciate that. Thanks for showing up. We got a mega 200K. Hi Mark, love your work and thank you for all you do. Thank you. I'm extremely acidic and want to do a deep cleanse. Awesome. What do you recommend? Juice fast, lemon fast, master fast, which is best? Well, you know, we got to move lymph, okay? So really, like I talked about in the very beginning, it's really about opening up the doors of elimination, opening up the kidneys, opening up the GI tract, opening up the skin. You got to get that skin opened up. You got a dry skin brush, get into a sauna, sweat. That's a major channel of elimination, okay? So all those channels need to be opened up. That's what we really want to do. Now, you know, to deep cleanse, you can do it on whole fruits and maybe a salad a day and some herbs. You're going to do some deep work. Is it going to be as fast as the master fast? No, it's not. Master fast is very aggressive. You're doing grape juice and lemon and herbs only. And some psyllium pudding to mop up everything, but that's very, very aggressive with the dry fasting and all that. Okay, most of us don't need to push it that hard. I'm a middle path kind of guy. I don't want to push it that hard. But if you're really backed up against the wall and time is not on your side, yeah, do everything you can. Pull out all the stops. Okay, but that's very aggressive. You know, my favorite thing is if you really want to get serious about it, is go 80% fruit and 20% tender leafy green salads, basically, and get on the herbs and and really cleanse those bowels, of course. Get the kidneys filtering, all that good stuff. You can You can do a grape fast, grape and lemons, combining some of the whole grapes and juicing, hand juicing some of those grapes and adding the lemon in there is fantastic. Master Fast uses pasteurized juice. It's a very effective solvent, especially for the GI tract, really powerful. But again, it's in a cooked state, a pasteurized state. Kind of man has had his handprint on that. So I'm not so big on it. I do realize though, I lived on it for 44 days and I felt great. And I do realize that grapes are expensive. They're hard to get, especially as we go into the wintertime. And certainly a high quality pasteurized, may become a necessity if you really want to stay high on grapes. So I get that. But combining grapes and lemons in those forms is really the most powerful and the most healing in my view. Okay? So that's huge. That's going to really detox you deeply. Okay? So learn about the herbs. And then learn about physical things you can do, like dry skin brushing, the saunas I talked about, the massage, neurolymphatic massage, hot and cold showers, the castor oil compresses, things like that, and that'll really deep cleanse you. Okay, but there's no in fact, I went to Whole Foods and I got a detox kit, for it's got some liver herbs and some bowel herbs and stuff. And I'm just doing it. I'm doing it for the next 7 days just to test it out. I'm here to test things out. But it's not really, it really doesn't come in a box like that. Okay. So it takes a little bit of little bit of homework to figure it out. Not too bad though. Come on to the show, ask questions, and just see the videos on my YouTube channel, especially those main ones, those ones that have the guy writing. Those will pretty much teach you anything you need to know. Okay, and then for the specifics, ask questions, email me, or come on here and ask the questions. We got the boss. Is Candida basically diabetes? No, Candida is a fungal infestation. It's a type of fungus that gets in the body, and it's usually it always attaches to stagnant toxic lymph. That's, your body will kick out these funguses if the lymph is flowing. It'll just deal with it. It'll just target it for destruction, go to the lymph nodes, get blasted out of the body through the kidney door. So, no, it's not diabetes. It's a fungal infestation. We got Terry Lynn, kidney filtering. If one notices kidneys filtering in a mason jar, does it mean that the kidneys are always filtering? Can you please clarify? Well, the kidney filtration is I'm still trying to figure out. It's got its own mind. Those kidneys have their own brain. I mean, sometimes you'll get a big dump of just goop in there. And you go, oh my God, I've just blown my kidneys open. I'm gonna have my lymph cleaned in a week here. And then they shut down, and your urine's clear with maybe a few speckles, the next time you check. And then sometimes you're eating really super clean, you're doing a great job, you check the filtration, you got nothing. You're doing all your herbs, you got nothing. And then you go and have something that maybe isn't so good, and you've got another blast out of a lot of sediment in the urine. So, yeah, if look, there's people that get nothing. Zero, crystal clear every time they check. So anything is good. If you get cloudy urine once, it's a sign your kidneys are filtering. So just keep digging, keep doing those short-term dry fasts, do the herbs, get on the high fruit diet, and just keep going. But any filtration is welcome, because some people have none, and then they start really backing up. And they are really backed up. And I got to tell you, I see a lot of eyes. And, look at the lymph nodes. There's little dots around the outside of the iris. If you got those, you got to really work on that. When you lose your lymph nodes, man, it's really, you got some deep work to do. Because the lymph nodes is where a lot of this healing takes place. And, when I see clogged up lymph nodes, I just really want to tell you all to just dig in. Get on a heavy herbal program, heavy high fruit diet, and get some castor oil packs on those lymph nodes, get some massage going in there, and really dig in and get those opened up, because you don't have an immune system really. If you lose those lymph nodes, some of them become hard as a rock. You have no immunity. You're a sitting duck. Very little immunity. So get those opened up, okay? We got Karen Surratt. Thank you. Right on time. Yeah. I got a clock on the computer and a clock on my phone, and I thought I was right on time on the computer, but my phone said I was 3 minutes late. So I guess we'll go with the computer time. But good. We got Edita on a raw diet for over a year. Yes, good. And I feel burning sensation after a bowel movement. What is happening? Thank you. Wow, burning sensation after bowel movement. Are you? You tell me what you're eating. You know, are you doing cayenne pepper as part of your protocol? A lot of people love that herb. You know, eating the peppers, all that. It could be what you're eating. You know, you could be moving acids out. You know, are you filtering? Are you getting movement of that lymphatic system? Let me know a little bit more, Edita. Those are just the things that came to mind right there. Got Jessica. Hey, Mark. Hope you are doing great this evening. I am. So what inspired you to help people get rid of diseases? When did you realize that our bodies are able to get rid of diseases? You know, I really, I was so thrilled when it took me a long time to figure this out, you guys. And it took me a long time to find Dr. Morse. But, you know, just finding, you know, I was so far gone that just actually coming to the realization that food had an impact on health. I mean, there are so many doctors that don't even believe that. You know, medical doctors that know the body inside out, supposedly, that don't believe that. So when I got that message, when I received that message, the truth of that message, and then I started to do it on myself, and I started to see all this pain leave my body, you know, I just thought, man, I got to teach this to people. I have to help people because this is too good. And I kind of made a deal. I said, you know, if I find my healing, I'm going to help people. And I hope you all do that too. I really, truly do. We need this message spread. There are so many suffering people. It's just ridiculous. The amount of suffering on this planet is just astronomical, and it's getting worse and worse as the generations keep going. As we keep eating this corporate crap, they're making us feel, you know, it's all cloaked in friendly little Ronald McDonald faces and Pillsbury Doughboys and you know the drill, Aunt Jemima and Orville Redenbacher and all these, you know, people that feel like they could be your family or neighbors, you know, just selling you this poison just because it's profitable, it's cheap, and guess what? It feeds the medical system too. You know, it's a big circle. You eat this crap, and then you get sucked into their system of pharmaceutical drugs and the hospitalizations and the medical rigmarole. So, you know, it's the culture. You know, we're being fed off by the vultures that look at the bottom line. These are for-profit corporations that really don't care. They really, truly don't. If they can get away with it and make more money, they're going to do it. So, anyways, you know, the more I learn about it, the more I have to teach this. And you know, I am really, you know, when it comes down to it, I am just here to wake you up. You know, I can't heal anybody. I can just wake you up to the healing that's already here for you. It's already here. Okay? And honestly, on a spiritual level, I actually believe you're all healed and you're all perfect. Because if we're created by God, who's perfect, and we're the perfect creation of God, how could we not be perfect? So this is all just an illusion. This is all just a bad dream we got to wake up from. So, but we can't wake up if we're tied to our bodies, if we're tied to pain, if we're tied to suffering. It keeps us locked in the bodies, and we can't raise to our true spiritual selves. So that's a quick nutshell. It's actually a spiritual mission more than anything. And you know, when you know, as you clean the body out, I've got more and more realizations of this, really. So it's the healing's already here. It's in the trees, it's in the plants, it's it's all around you. It really is. It's just getting the faith in ourselves to turn back around to it and just to awaken back to it, to reawaken. It's all here. It's all perfect. I mean, I just hear stories all the time. Oh, I feel so amazing on the fruit. After the first couple weeks or so of cleaning all the garbage out, because it's really going to start stirring up things. If you give it a little chance, you're going to start feeling amazing. Your life will change. You won't be tired as much. the thoughts become more positive. Everything just becomes more positive. Everything brightens up. So, diseases don't really exist. They're all just symptoms of constipation in the body, mostly the lymphatic system. So that's it. Thanks for that great leading question. You got me going there. Thank you. Jessica also says, do you believe in vitamins or superfoods? No, I don't. I don't believe in vitamins. I mean, I believe in vitamins, but I believe in getting them holistically. You go out and spend your money on high-quality fruit and high-quality, green leafy vegetables, and the herbs. My gosh, the amount of nutrition you're going to get is astronomical. And, you're not going to, okay, so she says like superfoods like maca powder, spirulina, and all that stuff. I used to be big into that. I was a big fan of David Wolf and all his stuff. David is a great guy. He's a very tuned in guy. And, but he's a little bit off on this kind of stuff in my view. And I've done the maca powder and the spirulina, which Dr. Morse calls the pond scum. They're too high in protein. We don't need all that. We really don't. So the protein is a big myth. We want to run ourselves on pure carbon. The fructose is such a beautiful, beautiful energy. It's a perfect sugar that doesn't need insulin to transfer into the cells. The body thrives on it. You can't keep sugar out. We run on it. So why not put the best in? So you don't need all that stuff, and it's very expensive, and it's just super high in protein, and you just don't need it. And it's just not, we don't need it. Do you think our bodies just need fruits and veggies? Yeah, I really do. And some herbs, some herbs, especially in the beginning, to clear out these obstructions that is generational. We need the power of those herbs, those vegetables with an attitude. They're just vegetables with a big attitude that help us really, really ignite everything and clean it up. But we don't need all these fancy, fancy things, and certainly not these chemicals. Anything with a big chemical name, forget it. Forget it. It's just it's gonna throw off your natural balance. When you eat an apple or a handful of grapes, okay, scientists can break it down. They got all these big fancy machines and break it all down into what's in it, blah, blah, blah. But it's so amazing and so miraculous, just that one little handful of grapes or that apple, that we don't even know everything. And if we try to mess with that, if we try to pull the pectin out, or we try to pull the vitamin C out, or whatever, we're just screwing with it. We're screwing with the natural balance of everything. And when you put the things in, like let's say you take a lot of magnesium because you have low magnesium, you feel whatever, you've just upset your calcium balance. You want the things that are in perfect balance. You don't want to mess with that. It's too complicated, and we don't know what we're doing, and we don't need to do it. And we don't need to spend all that big money. Those are huge industries. They're trying, they're trying. At least they're on the sort of, other side with the nutritional side, thinking that that's the answer. If we can bring in high protein and high vitamins and high nutrition, that's the answer. No, it's not. We just bring in the stuff that's holistic and balanced already. Bring in what the Creator created in a perfect creation. Okay? And stay away from the stuff that man and his egoic mind has screwed with. The genetically modified stuff. This is the biggest ego trip I've ever heard. It's such an ego trip to say, oh, we're better than nature. We're going to mess with nature and improve on the make it a seedless watermelon so you don't have to eat seeds because the seeds are inconvenient. Well, you just made a sterile watermelon. You've neutered that watermelon. You've messed with the natural balance of everything, and who knows what you're messing with. So stay far away from this genetically modified stuff, and far away from stuff that's sprayed with poison. These are just no-brainers, really. Get back to simplicity. It's so easy. It's so easy. If you're buying fruit, let's say, find the stuff that's picked correctly. That's a big thing too, make sure it's sweet. And you know what, if you have to steal a grape to test it, go ahead. And know how to tap a watermelon, and I don't even know how to pick a pineapple. Those are usually pretty unripe, but I'm learning too. Yeah, just try to get as purely back to that original creation as you can, and you're going to do great. You're going to do great. Make that your study, not methylcobalamin G29. It's just endless. All right, Hannon Hall's back. Good evening, CM. What do you think about goji berries? Goji berries, I used to love them. That was a David Wolf thing, Dragon Herbs has the best from Heaven's Mountain, I think it's called. The best, really sweet and juicy and good. They got a lot of nutrition. Beware that they are nightshades, so make sure you're not sensitive to nightshades. But they are nightshades. But I love the berries. The berries are wonderful. And goji berries mostly are from China. God knows, unless they're organic, what they're sprayed with. Make sure you get high quality ones. And a lot of them are really dried out. And they just look terrible. But those ones from Dragon Herbs are really, really amazing. They're not cheap. But dragonherbs.com, I'm giving Ron Teagarden a push. He's a great herbalist, traditional Chinese medicine herbalist. Taught me a lot. Has a fantastic book, you guys, called The Ancient Wisdom of Chinese Herbs. The Ancient Wisdom of Chinese Herbs by Ron Teagarden. An absolutely amazing book, a great resource book, and you can get it on Amazon. It's really, really good. And it'll teach you about a lot of these great healing herbs out there. And the medicinal mushrooms and the ginsengs and things like that, and what they do. Really good book. Okay, but gojis are nightshades, so be careful. Terry Lynn, had my colonic day. Yes, such a treat for facilitating detox. Yeah, if you guys hadn't had a colonic and you're trying to start off a detox, might not be a bad idea to get up there and pull out some of those impactions that have probably been there for years, even decades. Not a bad idea. Get an enema kit, make a friend of enemas, help move that solid stuff out so the herbs can get in there and start to work on the bowel wall. Start to work on the bowel tissues, to strengthen those, to detox those, to pull the acids out of there, to heal those, to give them strength back so they can squeeze properly and they can work properly. And you feel so good. Pain is gone, headaches are gone, soreness is gone, mental attitude raises, everything raises when you have clean bowels. It's so amazing, when all that toxic matter sits in those bowels, it seeps out into the body and makes you toxic. So get rid of it. Turn those bowels back on. But it's good idea, Terry. Congratulations on that. We got Alice Gary. I'm having a challenge with inflammation. Have been diagnosed with neuropathy. When the seasons change, I have pressure in my head. So lots going on here. So a challenge with inflammation. So we know about inflammation, right? Inflammation is acidosis. Where's the acidosis residing? In the lymphatic system. Learn to clean that lymphatic system. Learn to eat a mucusless, acid-free diet. Fruits and raw veggies. And the neuropathy, so, the thing is, inflammation equals pain, and inflammation get into the nerves too, right? Absolutely. In fact, when you have surgery, any kind of wounds, all that, if your body's alkalized, you have a lot less pain. Even when pain is inflicted on you. So it's all about getting those acids out. When the seasons should have pressure in my head, sounds like sinuses, a lot of us are just really backed up in the head too. We have dirty bowels. Our head doesn't clean itself. A lot of us had our tonsils removed. All the head and neck backs up. The sinuses back up. Got to learn how to move lymph. Okay. And it's all done through the detoxification process. And, getting the stuff out of the head, like I said, you got to get the bowels cleaned up so they drain. And you've got to do the hot and cold showers, ear candling, neurolymphatic massage. Learn about these things. You can put these keywords into my website, markjamesgordon.com, and get information how to do all this stuff. Terry Lynn, ha ha ha. All right. Mason East, is it normal for mucus to come out in the urine before sediment comes out? Wow, I haven't heard of that one. Man, that's really moving lymph, I guess. I don't know. Tell me more. You know, that could be some, you know, some you know, pus and mucus in the urinary tract, maybe. You know, the thing about mucus is it comes in there to help buffer acids. It actually is a protectant, but it, you know, it's there to kind of like get in between the acids and you. So you might have that. You might your urethra or your bladder. I don't know. Tell me more. Brooke Graves is back. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Mark. Are you recommended they check the temp first thing in the morning? Yeah, first thing in the morning before you get up out of bed. Supposedly it's more accurate if taken under the arm. Yes, that's the best way, under the arm. And using old-fashioned type thermometer. Yeah, those are the best. They're hard to find, but maybe on Amazon. Old-fashioned mercury thermometer. I know mine is a digital. I got it for $8 at CVS. Yeah, so do the best you can, but I would love to get a mercury one, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, I think it was 97.8 on the lower and 98.3, I think, on the upper range. Yeah, the low and high again, temp. Yeah, Brooke, hold on one sec. Let me call that back up. I'll make sure I got it right. 97.8 on the lower end, 98.3 on the upper end. So if you're below 97.8, you've got a weak thyroid. If you're above 98.3, you've got an overactive thyroid. 36.6 to 36.8 for all you foreigners out there. All right. So we've got Janaki P. All right. Welcome, Janaki. My son is 9 and ASD. Does raw diet help him with recovery? Wow, what is ASD? I'm going to assume it's some kind of maybe some kind of autism or something. Let me know. I'm not so sure on these acronyms. But, you know, the thing is, how to help him heal the gut. Thanks for awesome videos and live streams, you bet. Okay, so I'm going to assume it's neurological. Okay, so, because there's so much of it now. You know, the fruits are the most electrical food there is, the most high energy food there is. It turns on the nervous system. It helps heal the nervous system. You know, it's just an awesome, awesome food for neurologically. It's the best. Nothing higher than that. Nothing higher than fruit as far as food anyways. Really. I mean, you know, it's the best. It's the maha. The maha food. Maha means the greatest in Sanskrit, I believe. How to help him heal the gut. The gut, okay, yeah, very, very tied to neurological issues because a lot of things, you know, dopamines and serotonins are produced in the gut, things like that. So, that is about detoxification. Get the kidneys filtering, move the lymph, clean up the GI tract, stomach and bowel herbs, GI broom, and get some lymphatic herbs to pull in the lymph. And get some anti-parasites, anti-parasite herbs to really clean up the fungus. You know, a lot of us have fungus all through the gut. And also liver gallbladder cleanse. Those herbs really help too. So all those things. But high fruit for any kind of neurological issue. Big time. Simon Scott sent us all a piece of watermelon. Thanks, Simon. We got Lyme. A recent Morse video said not to do saunas as they are acidic. I think you're talking about the infrared saunas. Dr. Morse likes saunas, the wet and dry saunas, but not the infrared. It's isolated radiation. So we don't want that. So no infrared, but the hot and dries are excellent. I thought they were good for detoxing. They are really good for detoxing. We need to open up all channels of elimination. The more the merrier. Kidneys, skin, GI tract, and breath to some extent. The deep breathing techniques of Wim Hof, W-I-M-H-O-F-F, will help alkalize you. I thought they were good for yes, they are. Cold is alkaline. Yes, it is alkaline. Poor adrenals not good on cold. Poor adrenals not good on cold. What to do? Poor adrenals not good on cold. Well, I don't know. Look, you know, turn back. You got to turn everything back on. You got to open up the channels of elimination. Sweating is one of the things that does that. Work on your adrenals. Hit them with some herbs. Detox, detox, detox. You know, there's also glandulars, adrenal glandulars, if you want to pump up those adrenals, okay? But the herbs, overall, never go after one gland, you guys. Never go after one thing. It's all, do that basic Fab 4. Do a month or two on the liver, gallbladder, and the anti-parasite, and then if you need specifically hit those adrenals, hit them hard. Get a good adrenal formula, and or a glandular, and hit them hard. Okay. Omega 200K. Now, when you say grapes, does it matter when juicing if they are seedless or better to have seeds? Again, the creator created them with seeds, so try to get seeds. Try to get organic. Nothing, no GMO, no hybrid splicing if you can. Anything that man touches, is he usually weakens to some degree. As far as there used to be a commercial, and I've talked about this maybe like a year ago. I'll mention it again. So there was a commercial out, and it was for a margarine company. I think it was Blue Bonnet Margarine or one of these. Margarine, one of the worst things you put in your body, by the way. But anyways, they have Mother Nature sitting in this beautiful flowing white gown, I think she's sitting on like a tree swing, right? And they say, here, try this butter, Mother Nature. And she takes a taste, right? And she goes, ooh, nice and sweet, right? And then they say, well, that's not really butter. That's Blue Bonnet or whatever, margarine. And she gets really mad, and she like whips up a lightning storm, I think it was, and says, it's not nice to fool Mother Nature. So that's where I'm at. It's not nice to fool Mother Nature. Let's not fool her. So seeded, unhybrided, unspliced, get the best you can. Organic. I can buy them seedless organic, but it is hard to find organic seeded grapes. I know. They're trying to take over. So, yeah, just try to source the best you can. If I had a choice of sprayed, seeded, and organic seedless, I'd probably go with the organic seedless, to be honest with you. Okay, that's just a gut feeling on that one. Omega 200K, can I use organic seedless grapes, and will they still be as powerful as Concord grapes to juice? Dr. Morse says over and over he's used Walmart grapes to help heal people with stage 4 so-called cancer. So, just do the best you can, okay? All grapes are super powerful. Even this processed grape juice is powerful, guys and gals. It's really powerful. But do the best you can. Always look, it's your body. You're trying to heal. We're all healing. I don't care who you are. Get the best food you can, and save your money from all these man-made supplements, and put it towards the food. Put it toward. This is a lot cheaper than I mean, the amount you're trying to save is minuscule compared to these hospital stays. I mean, they can hit you for what, $4,000 or $5,000 a day in a hospital. My gosh. Pay me now or pay me later, a lot more, and a lot more suffering. Anti-war, back on the master fast or so. When picking up fruit on Sunday, I seen beets in 10-pound bags for 99 cents. So I decided to do raw beet juice and dandelion for this round of the master fast. Angel juicer. That is going to be some heavy duty cleansing there. I would be really careful. And I don't know about the quality of those beets for 10-pound bag for 99 cents. I don't know, man. But beet juice is really powerful on those kidneys. So I would be careful. I wouldn't be doing that. That's not a master fast, anyways. That's some kind of that's a weird deal. I wouldn't do that. Look, if you're going to do the master fast, do the entire master fast. Don't play around with that. Gino says that. Just if you're going to do master fast, do the master fast. Don't mess with it. Okay, Karen Surratt, I meant this information is right on time for me. Oh, okay, good. Pray for some answers, and here you are, divine timing. I meant. Oh, great. All right, awesome. That's great to hear, Karen. That's so awesome. Yeah, no, it's true. There are miracles all the time, everywhere. it's a miracle we're all here, you guys. It's a miracle that this information is starting to get some traction. You know, in the world of Hot Pockets and you know, Big Macs and all this stuff with all these chemicals on to make it taste so good, you know, that we're here. And we're putting our trust back in the simplicity of fruit to heal us. In herbs, many of them are considered weeds and are sprayed with Roundup. How many dandelions have been sprayed with Roundup today? Or plantain, two of the most healing herbs that grow everywhere. Think Mother Nature's trying to teach you something? Yet, you know, in this world, we go around and spray it with Roundup. Anyways, Raphael with the R-A-W, that's great. What do you prefer to do, consultations in person or Skype just fine? I might be able to get to Los Angeles area soon. Yeah, 98% of my stuff is all done on the telephone or Skype. So, but if you want to come see me, you know, it's great. Yeah, your choice. But yeah, most of my stuff is on the Skype and the telephone. But I'd love to meet you, so come on up to Ventura, and it's a nice drive, and it's a nice little town up here. Ross Steele, thanks. Better Worn Sister, she is into this keto, comes with packages. She's lost 70 pounds. Blowback is a good point. Yep, the blowback. Yep, you know, we get addicted to the weight loss and having our bodies look all good, but man, whew, you don't want to get that blowback and not know what to do about it. Brooke Graves, with those of us with no tonsils with neurological issues, what does the body do to filter as an alternative in the head area? Hope you understand my question. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, I get this question a lot. You know, the tonsils are a major lymph node, and the medical community in all their wisdom would take them out when they got inflamed. Which means that they got backed up, they got a bunch of pus and mucus in them, they needed to be detoxed, and they've just cut them out. And it was a night, you know, I think this is the #1 surgery still. You know, appendixes and tonsils came out like they were nothing. Like, oh God, the creator just actually made a mistake. We don't even need these glands. They're a relic of the past. We'll just take them out. And, you know, make $4,000 or $5,000 a surgery, whatever these guys do. They don't question it because they're making money. It's a good cash cow. But anyways, what you have to do if you have no tonsils is, look, the body's got backups. The body is so wise. It's got backups. You got all these lymph nodes in the neck. Okay, there's so many lymph nodes in this whole area up in here. Okay, so you're just going to have those are going to have to work extra hard. They're working extra hard. So you've got to make sure they're cleaned. You've got to detox. Lymph node formula is not a bad idea, and like I said, the massages, the castor oil packs, anything you can do to clear those lymph nodes. Take a look at your eyes. If you got those dots all around the outside of the iris, you got to do a lot of work, okay? Get the candida out. The funguses get in those. I see orange lymph nodes all the time. Candida loves to stagnate up there. And some people, like I said, their lymph nodes are hard as a rock. They have little to no immune system, so they're sitting ducks. So get that taken care of, okay? But yeah, they'll pick up the slack, but make sure they're real healthy. Mason East, is it normal for the kidneys not to filter after several dry fasts? Yeah. An almost daily 18-hour dry. Yeah, it is. I've been on master fast for 25 days and already done a 40-day raw grape juice fast. So you're hitting it hard. But you know, you got to answer me this question, Mason. Have you ever gotten filtration? Like I said, it's cyclical. It comes in waves. You know, so yeah, let me know. You know, you should be seeing filtration as you break these dry fasts. You know, make sure you let me know. Are you seeing filtration after you break a dry fast? Text me down the line here. I'll get to you. Jessica M., what do you say? Why do you say we don't need that type of proteins if our bodies are constantly creating it? Why do you say we don't need that type of proteins if our bodies are constantly? I don't know what that type of proteins means. You know, the body has to break down, you know, protein like in meat, right? Which is muscle. It's high protein, and we have to break that down to amino acids. That's what we need. The body only can utilize amino acids. It cannot utilize protein. Okay? So, yeah. So that's really what it is. If you want to clarify your question, I can help you. But yeah, we need amino acids, not proteins, and there's plenty of it in fruits and veggies. Strongest animals in the world do not eat protein. Okay, we got they're not meat eaters. Julie Lilienthal. Hi, Julie. Hi, Mark. Love your teachings. Great wisdom. Love the simplicity of God's creation. Good. Yeah. Thanks, Julie. Absolutely. It really is that simple. It really, truly is. We just got to get out of the way with our minds, too. Oh, man. And there's so many temptations, you know. The companies have figured out ways to really tempt you with all their, you know, they put those. I remember I unplugged my television, thank God, but I remember when I used to watch TV that they would always have those Carl's Jr. ads, you know, right around dinner time. And they would have some slinky, you know, 5'10" supermodel eating like a triple cheeseburger with the stuffed, you know, the corny ads, but you know, it's just meant to. It's psychological programming, indoctrination, whatever you want to call it, to get you to get hungry and jump in the car and go get one of those, you know, whatever they call those burgers. But you know what I mean? They know when to do it. They know how to do it. They're experts at it. They know how to get you. And so many temptations. But yeah, you know, that's why I applaud everybody here that watches these, that's even interested in this, because we're breaking away from that. We're pulling back from that. It's not easy. Where there's so many emotions tied to food. So many emotions are tied to food. It's crazy. It's hard to break that spell. But that's how it is, you know. But once you get over the hump, it's so much better. Ashley's here, chiming in from Canada. Hi, Ashley. Welcome back. Hey, Mark. Good to be here tonight. Good to see you. Thanks for everything you do. We'll need to drop you an email for some herbs. Absolutely. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, you're getting ready to start getting the snow up there. We just had our first snowstorm at Mammoth Mountain here, so we're already getting hit. I can't believe it. It's already here. But sure, yeah, I'd love to hear from you, Ashley. CM, would you recommend fasting on coconut water? I don't. It's very high protein, and love the fruits. Love those grapes and the watermelons and the citruses and all that. Much better choice in my view. Medicine Walker brother North Star is back, and hold on one second here. I just skipped over you. Sorry. Okay, hold on one second. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so peace and blessings to you, Mark James. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Welcome back, my brother. We got Serena A. I'm having a hard time being satisfied on raw fruits and veggies. Yeah, that's that emotions again. I know this has been talked about quite a bit. Looking for support and advice to help me on this path. Any words are much appreciated. Yeah, you know, it's a lot of it is we lose kind of our grounding. You know, you might be kind of an airy person that's starting to lift off even more. I know that for me, I tend to get that way too. I know that for me, sometimes at night, a baked sweet potato can help me, or a root salad. You know, having carrots and beets and make a root salad can help. Think about roots if you're feeling that like that, or if you just feel like you need something more solid, think about the root vegetables. Okay, raw is best, absolutely, but you know, if you're not detoxing, steamed veggies and a baked sweet potato can really help you. But you know, a lot of us, you know, we want to feel something heavy. You know, and these are not heavy foods. So yeah, it's kind of playing a little bit of a trick on you. And so think about the roots to help you out. And you can do more of the green drinks and the salads and the steamed veggies and things like that to you know, to kind of balance you out. Okay, and yeah. So I hope that helps you. All right. So if you're really hitting a hard detox, try and be as high fruit as you can while you're doing the heavy work. But you know, we're not always detoxing, so those things can really help balance things out and make you feel satiated. Okay, and you know, for me, there's something about potatoes that really have an emotionally soothing quality to them too. But the white potatoes are just not as good as the sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are anti-inflammatory, so I like those. Okay, so yeah, the Medicine Walker Brother North Star got a friend who is on a vegan pro-cool. What's a vegan protocol? Oh, a protocol? Vegan protocol? I don't know. Explain that one. We got Mike Kerber. Peace and love, Mark. Peace and love to you. All right. How often do you dig deep with the detox? I'm starting a 30-day orange fast Monday. Are you planning on doing another master fast? You know, I haven't really been planning on it. I dig deep a few times a year. Usually around this time I do something. You know, you just brought, maybe I'll do something. But yeah, around this time I usually, coming into the winter time, while it's still warm, you know, maybe do a nice dig deep for 10 or 20 days. But good for you. 30-day orange fast. That's awesome. Another master fast. You know, I won't be doing the pasteurized, but certainly the grape, the hand pressed grape juice and all that. Yeah, I think those are great. They're really super healing. I'll do another one. Yeah, maybe not 44 days though, but maybe like a 20 or 30 or something. So the Medicine Walker Brother North Star: raw juices, salads, and 1 cooked meal a day. Good. Raw juices, salads, 1 cooked meal. Okay. So, yeah, so the raw juices, obviously that's what we love. We love the raw fruit juices. I love to juice until noon. Just juice till noon. Fruit till noon. But that's, the body's in such a cleansing mode in the morning. You need all that energy. So yeah, you know, just fruit till noon is a great thing in a salad. You've done some heavy work. You're 100% raw. You're 100% vegan. You're you know, really high in the fruits at the right time of day. So excellent. 1 cooked meal a day. Okay. That's not really a detox protocol. The cooked meal is gonna slow you way down. Depends what's cooked, but anything cooked is gonna slow you way down. And really is not really a detox in my view. But certainly not a bad way to do it, depending on what that cooked meal is. You know, this is a great way to live your life. Really, you can live a nice life with just doing that. Yet her pressure skyrockets. What do you make of the cause? Her pressure, is it blood pressure? Is it her blood pressure that skyrockets? What is she having in that cooked meal? I need to know a little bit more, and we can maybe help her. Tell me a little bit more, okay? And let's get her some help. Amanda Frey, hello again, Mark and everyone. Hi, Amanda. I believe you're from Australia, right, Amanda? Welcome. Mason, the mucus that comes out in my urine looks filmy, gloppy when shining a light on it, but when in a jar it looks clear. I thought this was filtering, but I don't think so. Ah, man, yeah. You might be pulling some mucus out of the bladder and the urethra. That's kind of what it sounds like. You know, usually the stuff that is signifies filtration is kind of, you know, a milky substance that's actually in the urine. You know, when I'm filtering real well, it actually comes out looking like orange juice. And then you let it settle and it clears up on the top and then it gets real kind of thick on the bottom, thick and white on the bottom. So that sounds like pus and mucus coming out of the bladder or the urethra or both. Autism spectrum disorder. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, thanks, Brooke. Medicine Walker. So also she has sickle cell anemia. Can she still juice fast? Why not? Why not? You know, you gotta, you know, play it by ear, of course, you know, but look, I mean, it's, you know, we all have different levels we can go to, you know. I tell people, it's like, you know, if you're concerned about your body, tiptoe in. In other words, you know, for some that have been on a standard American diet, they're used to eating at Olive Garden and big bags of Doritos and all that kind of stuff. You can't just jump into a juice fast, or you're gonna just move too much toxins, and you're not gonna want to come back. You're gonna get real sick and real, you know, stir up a lot of toxins and acids. So everybody's got their own entry point, you know. We can all get ourselves to a nice high fruit diet and juice diet, but you know, it depends on what level she's at. Now, you know, in my opinion, this is the way to heal. So she needs healing. She needs to get to that level. But how she comes in, the lowest end we go is the steamed veggies and the cooked sweet potato. And then you go up to the green juices, and then you go up to the whole fruits, and then you go up to the fruit juices, okay? And that's sort of the hierarchy. And then the citrus is at the top of the fruit juices. So you got to kind of come in from the bottom and work your way up as best she can, is what I would do. Okay, this is not medical advice, by the way. But the healing comes from getting on the fruit and the juice and the herbs. So she's got to find a way in, okay? I hope that helps. And you come in through the low end, of course. Watch my video on how to detox using fruit. Okay, and I have one on how to use herbs for detox. Those are those whiteboard videos. They're at the top of my channel here on YouTube, and have her look at those, and that'll give her some ideas on how to get into this. Or she can write to me too, mark@markjamesgordon.com, and I can help her. Okay, so Simon Scott, hey Mark, what do you think about using black seed oil for detox? Don't use it. The oils really are not what we want. We don't really want to take in oils as we detox, okay, at all. And we leave the power to the fruit and to the herbs, okay? Ashley, do you think it's... Oh, you may think it's butter, but it's not. It's chiffon. Okay. That was another company, right? Yeah, they were just trying to trick you, That's their big thing. I mean, they got chemicals that actually mimic Mother Nature. But those chemicals have their blowback. The body, see, anything you put in the body that it doesn't recognize, right, it has a response to. And that's usually a mucus inflammatory response. In other words, the body thinks it's being invaded, so it sends out the guys to go get it. And that's an inflammatory immune response. That's what our immune system does. Creates mucus to protect us. It's a great protector, but it wasn't designed for this man-made ego trip that these companies are on. Probably they're just ignorant. I don't know if they're sinister or not. They're probably just ignorant, and they probably just love the money. I don't really want to point fingers. We're all perfect. We can get sidetracked. Our egos can get in control. We can get sidetracked. Hey, Bitsy came to say hi. All right, she's up from her nap. All right, I'm glad you said hi. All right, there we go. We got a little Bitsy love. Hey, say hi to everybody. All right. All right. So, yeah, Norman Walker, Dr. Norman Walker, the great juicer, made the Norwalk juicer, the $2,000 cold pressed juicer. I love it. Dr. Norman Walker, when juicing beets, would use a very small amount in combination with other vegetable juices. Yes, great point, Brooke. Yeah, when I used to get out the vegetable juice, I used to be really big into vegetable juice, and I haven't vegetable juiced in a long time. But I used to add just a little bit of beets to it. Yes, it's just a small amount. Yeah, like I said, that heavy amount of beets is just going to be super hard, and the dandelion too. Yeah, you just use a little bit of that, and yeah, exactly. Thanks, Brooke. That's a great point there. Thank you. We've got Maksudi Adam, dry flaky scalp, psoriasis, also covered with forehead and around nose. Okay, so when you hear dry skin, what causes dryness? You're right, acids. Okay, so you got to move acids out of the skin. So it tells me that the kidneys aren't keeping up because now the skin's overloaded with acids. So you got to get the kidneys filtering. So we got to get the kidneys filtering. We got to clean the GI tract. We got to open up the channels of elimination. We got to get that skin sweating. The three main channels of elimination. So get those all opened up. All right, so the same thing. Dry skin brushing, hot and cold showers, sweating, saunas. All that will help you. You've got to get the acids out of the body. This is a nice sign. It could be a lot worse that you're acidic in the body. Okay, so learn about kidney filtration, learn about bowel cleansing, learn about the endocrine gland herbs and the lymphatic herbs. Clean up that liver, get rid of the parasites. That fungus, that candida. It blocks up everything. So there you go. Detox, 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 and work on that skin. Okay, I'm on a plant-based diet. 2 days of that is juice only and 5 days vegan. I'm not using anything topically nor supplements. Okay, good. So, yeah, you're on the right path. I don't know, get on the high fruit, obviously, 80% fruit. It's good you're doing juice only. That's good. It depends, 5 days vegan. The vegan word is very, very tricky because there's a lot of vegans that do a lot of grains. So those are very inflammatory and mucus forming to the body. So yeah, it's really about being a high fruitarian and doing the salads, I think, is really what we're going for here. Okay. The juices are very powerful. So good. So learn how to move that lymph, especially up in that head region too, with the hot and cold showers, the skin brushing, the neurolymphatic points, things like that. Okay. Sweat, sweat, sweat. Kidneys, kidneys, kidneys. We got Mason East. I just skipped over you, Mason. Sorry. Hold on one second. Here we go. Okay. Mason, you mentioned earlier that when you eat bad things, you filter, and when you eat good things, you don't. Well, that's sometimes. I'm just saying, sometimes I've been tricked up. I've been eating good and hadn't been filtering, and I ate something bad, and I get it. So this happens to me. Apple filters sometimes, grapes no filter, bad things filtering. I think it shows that your system is it's kicking out the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. In other words, you're taking in, obviously, well, not in your case, but let's say you had a bunch of tortilla chips or something, right? And you got filtration. Well, you're taking in stuff that's obviously acidic to the body. And so it's basically kicking out what I call the low-hanging fruit, just the easy stuff. So you are filtering. It's just able to get that easy stuff. Digging deep into the lymph system requires you to be doing some deep work with herbs and deep work with the high juice. So that can come in waves. So you're kicking out really the easy stuff. So the apple filtering sometimes, grape no filter. Well, interesting. I would say eat more apples. Those are great, provided they're raw. They're fantastic. Do some apple juice. See how you do. Let me know about that. This might be really something good. We might be onto something here, Mason. It might be that apples really trigger filtration. Get back to me on that. I'm going to try it too, okay? But we love the grapes, but apples might really trigger filtration. Yeah, let's test that out. This is all so new, you guys. I mean, we are pioneers in this. We might look back on this 10, 20 years and go, oh my God, we were talking about this back in 2017, and here it is 2030. It could be that. So, yeah, anything is possible. So let's check on that apple. Try apple. I'm going to try it too. Everybody try apples and grapes and see if you get more filtering on which one. After dry fast, filtering a bit, but no white powder. Okay, so you get a little dry. After dry fast is usually when you should see some filtering. So we got Amanda. Hello, Jessica M. I read some of Norman Walker's books. He explains well about amino acids and lists all the different aminos and which plant foods to find them in and how the body builds. Norman Walker, great stuff. Okay, thank you, Amanda. That's perfect. How the body builds them from scratch, the aminos. How the body builds aminos from scratch. Wow, interesting. Okay. Yeah, the body has amazing functions and can actually transmute things to other things too. Really amazing. Some of that's done in the liver, by the way. We got Maksudi. Also, your thoughts on pure sugarcane juice. Don't use it. I don't use it. Don't know much about it. I don't know. It might be okay. It's a raw form, just not on my radar, to be honest with you. We're more into the grapes and citrus and watermelon type of thing for the cleansing. That's really where we found the power. My instinct is telling me it doesn't have an astringency to it to actually pull. It's more just a pure sweet type of thing is what I don't know. I'm just kind of intuitively talking about that, but it hasn't really come up on our radar as far as a detoxifying juice. Okay. But it could be. Amanda, yes, here in Australia. All right. Excellent. We've got Dipka. James, my adrenals are so weak. I was raw a month, making progress. When I included juice, I couldn't handle it. Messed up my sleep and bowels. I drink heal all tea. Any suggestions? Thanks. All right. So adrenals are weak. So you're probably really fatigued. Okay. You couldn't handle the juice. It messed up your sleep and your bowels. Okay, so what happens is that if you're really acidic and you haven't done a lot of detoxification and you've been eating a standard American diet or standard Australian diet or a standard diet of any of the Western world, you're going to kick up toxins. And the bowels are usually where it's going to hit you first, to be honest with you. I mean, they can get really, really stirred up. Sleep patterns get messed up if you've got bad bowels. Trust me on that one. So, yeah, it just sounds like you're moving toxins. So you've got to learn the art of detox. Detox is an art. You can't just jump in and hit the accelerator pedal full blast and say, oh, I'm hitting it hard. I'm doing grapes and all these herbs and this and that. And why am I feeling so crappy? You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, when to hit the accelerator and hit the brake pedal. It's not always full on or full off, okay? So learn about detox and learn the nuances of detox, okay? And know where the accelerator pedal is and know where the brake pedal is, okay? And come in that way. That's the best I can do with that information, okay? But if you ask more down the line, I'll help you. Roma Anonymous, after going raw, mostly fruits for 2 months, my skin on the feet began cracking. Why would that happen? What causes dryness? What causes dryness? Nails going a funny color, etc. What is it? Candida and bacteria. Okay, so the dryness is the acids, okay? You go on fruits, which is stirring up the lymphatic fluids, stirring up the acids, right? Feet begin crack. Sometimes we go backwards before we go forwards, okay? It's part of the game. This causes a lot of people to jump off the wagon thinking they're doing the wrong thing. So you got to get through that first initial, turnaround. So it's acidosis being kicked up. Stuff at the feet's real tricky because it's got to come uphill to the kidneys to filter, right? So get your feet up on a wall. Lay down your back, get your feet up on a wall, and dry skin brush, or just kind of take your nails and gently move like you're moving acids back to those kidneys, okay? That'll help. Doing that for 20 minutes a day really, really can help. Your nails are going a funny color. Yeah, that sounds like fungus. Anti-parasite herbs, for sure. Probably have candida, I would imagine. Got some funguses in there. You can soak the feet in some antifungal tea too, like I have an anti-parasite boost at Giovanna or the Parasite M, or just any kind of anti-parasite foot bath might help you with that. Okay. Yeah, it's fungus. It's fungus and acids, really. They go hand in hand, too. The funguses love a nice, stagnant, acidic environment to breed. And so do bad bacteria and all that stuff. So, but internally speaking, yeah, you got to move that lymph back towards those kidneys. Got to open up those kidneys, get them filtering. You know the drill, the Fab Four, plus the liver and the anti-parasite herbs internally, and then do some topical things too. Antifungal, there's plenty of them, you guys. All kinds of creams and antifungal creams and all that. Get it on there, to get rid of that fungus in the feet there. Okay. But if it's in the feet, it's all through the body. Trust me. So take those anti-parasite herbs internally too. Okay, so Roma Anonymous, healing crisis, maybe, absolutely. Yeah, you got to go back sometimes before you go forward. Medicine Walker, Brother Northstar, yes, her blood pressure was 250 over 180. What? She likes stir-fry kale and stir-fry okra, kale and plantain. I mean, come on, 250 over 180. That's off the charts. That is off the charts. I mean, look, man. I've never even heard of blood pressures that high. That's just crazy. Yeah, no, I don't even want to go there. I mean, that's major. She's got major kidney damage, if you ask me. Looking at that, or you're speaking another kind of a metric. I don't know. Explain that more, brother, please. today for tomorrow. Mark, what do you think of wheatgrass implants? I used to be a big wheatgrass guy. There's certainly a lot of nutrition in there. Is it detoxifying? I don't know. Nutritionally speaking, okay. I don't do them, but I don't think I really have anything against them. Yeah, I got off the whole wheatgrass thing. I was growing my own and all that kind of stuff. I never really liked the taste, to be honest with you. It always used to make me gag, but I thought I was really getting all this good, and I was, a lot of chlorophylls and all that stuff. So I don't think it can be a bad thing. But that's not my focus. So, but it's probably pretty darn good. We got Dipin Madhavi. Hi, Mark. How to open the third eye. Fasting and fruit helps, but I think there is other secrets. Type it from Lisbon, Portugal. Hugs. How to open the third eye. Yeah, that's, wow. Okay, so the third eye is the pineal gland. The pineal gland is very, very important spiritually because it makes a chemical called DMT, dimethyltryptamine, and a very powerful entheogenic substance that when taken just blasts that third eye open, but we make it naturally. So how do we get that pineal gland to make more of that so we get more spiritually in tune? That's a great question. Well, we've got to get the pus and mucus out of the head, which means we got to clean the GI tract. That's obvious. Okay, there is a pineal glandular out there. The pituitary herbs are really good. They can affect the pineal too. And just detoxification is really important because supposedly our pineal gland calcifies. The fluoride in the water and the food actually calcifies the pineal gland, and it shuts it down. And there's conspiracies that say that the Illuminati powers that be don't want our third eye open because we're much more difficult to control. We're not as easily herded and corralled. So certainly paying attention to the third eye, the pineal gland, is important. Learn about detoxification is wonderful for doing that. Many people, and I talked to people today about that. Many people that go on a high raw, high fruit diet start awakening spiritually like crazy, myself included. It almost gets so intense sometimes you got to slow down. So just detoxification is one of the greatest spiritual, one of the greatest forms of spiritual work you can do, in my view. Look how open up Dr. Morse is. I mean, this guy flies around the universe astral projecting. So, I mean, it's amazing. But yeah, decalcification of the pineal gland. There's lots of articles on it. There's actually vibration sounds you can make that people have been doing for centuries. Some vibrational sounds you can do in your mouth that actually vibrate it and things like that. There's many things you can do, but just detoxification is really wonderful. Fasting and fruit helps. Yeah, absolutely. Get off of the tap water. I haven't drank in tap water in 10 years. So get filtered water. Do not drink tap water. It's got fluoride in it. So yeah, and I'm not pushing turpentine. I've never done it, but I've had several people tell me it expands their third eye, the turpentine. Not pushing it, never done it. Maybe one day. It's still sitting in my cupboard. I haven't had the guts to do it yet. So, but I've heard good things about that. Okay. All right. So, Terry, is Bitsy a raw food doc? Nope, she is not. She is not. She likes. I would like to get her more raw. But she's a meat eater. Okay, a lot of times I'll just do the raw meat, but I like to heat it up a little bit just to get all that fat over there. That way I can put it on some of her dry food, and I use kind of a vegan dry food for her to get some of the vegetables and fruit in her. But yeah, she doesn't have a perfect diet, and she's very stubborn. So I should be a little bit more firm with her. But no, not a raw dog. Tracy Guerrero, hi Mark, is fresh squeeze OJ from Trader Joe's good for detoxing or no? Yeah, good stuff. Fresh squeezed OJ, yeah. If it's fresh, yeah, absolutely. Orange juice is really powerful. It's a very good detoxifier. I know cold pressed is better. Oh, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how they do it. Why not do your own? If you can get the. I mean, who am I to say? I mean, I live in Ventura, it's one of the citrus capitals, so I can go up and some of these packing houses and just get a big crate of oranges and juice my own to know it's cold pressed. So, but yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. Anti-war, info on apples, how to get a ripe apple in the grocery store, not possible. Why? Apples set their enzymes 2 weeks before they are ripe, and not all apples ripen the same. Wow, info on apples, how to get a ripe apple in the grocery store, not possible. Why? Apples set their enzyme 2 weeks before they are ripe, and not all apples ripen at the same time. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah. Wow. I know a lot of apples are picked right around this time of year and sit in these warehouses for months and months and months. Like I say, do the best you can. Apples are just a great food. One of nature's great foods. We don't really pay too much attention to them with the detox, though. We much rather have the berries, the grapes. Grapes are berries. Those are really, the grapes mixed with the citrus are really our most powerful. Omega 200K, Mark, what is your recommendation on nuts and seeds? Lightly sprout them if you can, but lightly. After you've cleansed for a while and are healthy, eat a handful. Yeah, a little bit's not bad. Yeah, or eat 80-10-10 long term. I think that's good. I think long term, you can, look at fruit till noon in a salad, and then, piecemeal on things, a little bit of cooked, a little bit of nuts and seeds, sprouted nuts and seeds, a little bit of the ancient grains, your amaranths, your quinoas, your millets, things like that. I think are okay long term. But when you're detoxing, get rid of it, stick to high fruit, at least 80% fruit, and the salads stay raw. But yeah, as far as long-term, steamed veggies, the baked sweet potatoes, and look at some fun foods once in a while. Come on, you guys. Let's not be so serious when you're not detoxing. Your body will kick out those, a little bit of chips and, maybe have a little bit of Indian food once in a while, a little bit of Italian, whatever. Just take it easy. Your body's going to get super clean, and you're going to get kicked back if you do it too much. So learn about those treats, but make them small and make them really good. We're in this for the long haul, but get serious when you're detoxing. We've got CGriff88. Aloha, Mark. Tuning in the first time. Welcome. Thank you for sharing the medicine. All right. Do you have any comments on chronic Lyme, joint and lymph issues, hips, knees, vegetarian, though mostly vegan diet? Yeah, I got comments. You bet. So the Lyme and the fibromyalgia and the lupus and the rheumatoid arthritis and all, it's all the same thing. It's acidosis. Your lymph system is acidic. It's chewing on your body. Okay, that's what it is. It's chewing on your joints. Your lymph system is down. That's what it is. That's what lymph issues are. Lymph issues are acidosis, clogging up. You have constipation in the lymphatic system. The hips and knees goes because you get lymphatic constipation in those areas, and it's acidosis, basically chewing on those hips and those knees. And these are flex points, okay? So you take a knee, and the knee's being constantly worked, right? It's a moving part of the body. What happens with movement? You have cellular function, right? Cellular function causes acids. If those acids can't flush out, if the lymph isn't moving, the acids can't flush out, so you get a buildup of acids. Then the body says, whoa, I got a lot of acids here, right? I gotta fight these acids. So guess what? It starts stealing calcium from those tissues around those knees. And now the knees start breaking down. Painful. Very, very painful. Acids are painful and weak. When you start getting bone on bone, you start losing, the suppleness of the meniscus and the cartilage and all that stuff. Take a look. When you start getting acids, you start dehydrating. Take a look at a piece of dried meat called beef jerky. That thing used to be a steak, a nice juicy steak, and now it's a piece of beef jerky. That's what can happen. Your knees can look like, you know, beef jerky. It's not funny. So you want to hydrate, you want to alkalize, you want to detoxify the lymphatic system. Okay. So vegetarian, mostly vegan. So, you know, vegetarian's great. Is it a high fruit raw? You know, that's the key to healing, and the herbs. Okay. So systemic acidosis, got to get to work. Got to get to work. Deep detox. You know, we talk about that all the time. Watch those videos. How to detox using fruit. Basic detox. How to detox using herbs. Right. So yeah, get the lymph moving, get the kidneys filtering, get the GI tract cleaned out, get the skin working. Major areas of elimination. Open it up. Get it flowing. We have all the tools. The Creator has given us everything. Given us the great fruits. Got to find it sometimes. Giving us those tender leafy greens to just help us ground and help us build a little bit. Giving us these amazing herbs that are right in front of our nose, like the dandelions, like the plantain herbs. These herbs that are right there, you know, to help us and help us dig deep and move that lymph, okay? And you'll get it back. Jennifer Caruso, hello, and thanks, Mark. Hi, Jennifer. I started doing Dr. Morse's diet. I've been type 1 since 17. So type 1 is that blood sugar issue they call diabetes. That's a weak pancreas not making that insulin. Any chance you have experience and tips for this? I seriously want beta cells regenerating. So, you know, it's you know, these are difficult because chances are you've been on insulin for so long that the body says, hey, why do I have to make insulin? I've got all I want, you know. I just go to the store and get it, you know. So it just causes everything to atrophy and not produce. So it's a turnaround. You know, Marcy at Dr. Morse's office, you know, she's type 1 for many, many years, and she's has a hard time, you know, still with all the detox to turn it back on. You know, she's made a lot of progress, but you know, depending, and it could be neurological too. So in my view, we don't treat anything. We just got to heal the body. And, of course, overall detox, get everything moving, right? But you got to focus, of course, on that pancreas and the adrenals. The adrenals are where sugar is metabolized. Got to get on a nice diet of fruits and veggies to actually get lymph moving again and get, you know, and everybody says, oh, gosh, if I have blood sugar problems, I can't have fruit. No. Look at that Harvard study. It's on my website. It talks about, I say this at almost every show because a lot of people have blood sugar problems. It just talks about how little, you know, fruit sugar affects the blood sugar levels of the body because it's so easily assimilated into the body. So fruit is really your friend for healing, even though you have blood sugar issues. Okay? So yeah. So it's all about making that swing, turning that Titanic around. You know, easing into this, but getting those things turned back on, really important, okay? And then it could also be a pituitary issue too. If you have multiple glands down, you can pretty much bet that pituitary is off, and that needs to be worked on too. I can help you. Get a hold of me, or I got everything online. Dr. Morse too. Listen to things. Go to rawfigs.com. Type in diabetes and listen to Dr. Morse. Rawfigs.com, you guys, is a great resource. Type anything you want into that search engine, and it will come up to the exact spot in those 2-hour-long videos that Dr. Morse does. Fantastic. Great resource for anything you have. Okay? Ross, hi Mark. First I got you live. All right, I live in London. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Ross. Welcome. Awesome. It's late over there. Thanks for staying up. I mean, first time I got you live. Great to have you here. Wow, we got everybody. We got the whole world watching. This is amazing. I love it. Fantastic. We got Terry Lynn. Saunas, looking for one now while you are speaking, but most of the home saunas are infrared. Does anyone have a reference of one to purchase? Thanks. Amazon.com, $81. Type in portable sauna. It's a wet and a dry. It's got a little machine outside. It is plastic though. So people are worried about the plastic off-gassing, a very legitimate worry. It is cheap. You're basically just trying to sweat to get stuff moving. It doesn't cover your head, so you're not breathing in any toxicity. See if there's one that has a non-toxic plastic, or if that one has a non-toxic plastic. But it's something to think about. But you want to get sweating it, really bad. That's really, really super important. Okay? But Amazon's got a lot of them on there, different types. Okay? We've got Terry Lynn saying wheatgrass made me vomit. Yeah, it gives me a gag response, but it is very powerful. I remember I did a bunch. I think I did 4 or 5 ounces, and I got a headache like crazy. My neck froze up. I was moving some lymph. It's powerful stuff. It really, truly is. Ross, fruit is a spiritual experience. Absolutely. The more you do, the more it opens you up. It's really amazing, and you will have to ground yourself down. Especially if you combine meditation and spiritual work, you really get out there. You kind of lose your you lose your grounding here. Is all I can say. I'll ask Maksudi asks about, what do you think about CBD oil? I've been playing around with the hemp oil. People have been sending me these samples. I don't know if I've noticed anything. I'm still playing with it. I was doing it and went through kind of an emotional funk though. And I'm taking a little break, and I'm going to do some again and see if I get that funk back. But it was just a weird, I'm usually a very upbeat person. And I just went through this kind of just really introspective period while I was doing that. So I don't know. It might have been. Has anybody else had that experience with the CBD oils, the hemp oil? I don't know. I'm still playing with it. We got Roma Anonymous. What's your opinion on so-called structured water? Fruit and vegetables have the perfect structured water. It really, truly is. But there are ideas about spinning the water. And I have done that, and I have set it out in the moonlight, things like that. I love it. I love playing with stuff like that. Can't hurt, right? But when you spin it, you align all the molecules, so it actually assimilates easier into the body. But there's nothing more structured than fruit. High water fruits and vegetables are the best structured water you put in the body. But play around with structuring in the moonlight and things like that, the ormuses, and it's all fun stuff. It really is. As long as it's not inflammatory or acid for me, I'm all for it. Right? Susie's here. We're waiting for Susie. Mark, thanks for helping us learn and grow together. Yeah, thanks, Susie. Glad you showed up. Awesome. We have our regulars in the house. I love it. This is great. We've had a good audience tonight. I did no promotion either. This is great. Ross, I've detoxed for over a year using Dr. Morse herb kits and work on everything in the body. Yes, I seem to have the opposite to edema. What do you recommend for too much urination? A lot of herbs causes a lot of urination, really. Just the herbs can really, they really kick up urination for sure. It's related, of course, to your urine, your fluid intake, and it could also be related to your sugar intake. In other words, if you're sitting down and you're guzzling 16 ounces of juice or a smoothie in one quick sitting, your body's going to kick that sugar out into the urine. So watch that, you guys. Frequent urination can be a sign that you need to pace yourself on your food intake, on your juice intake for sure. Okay. It's just, think about it. You eat an apple, right? Or just have an apple, and you take maybe another hour later you want to have another apple. But if you take in 16 ounces of pure apple juice, that's like how many apples have you just eaten in one sitting? You know what I mean? So that's a lot of sugar, even though the glycemic loading of an apple is not that much. The apple juice is going to be a lot. So it's a lot of apples coming at you, okay? Medicine Walker, Brother Northstar, thank you, Mark James. You exemplify love in the law life. In the law life. One people, one earth, the eternal revolution. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. One people, one earth, the internal revolution. Yeah, the revolution has really begun, you guys. It really has. A lot of helpers are coming in right now. We can all see it. It's really exploding. You guys are all helpers too. A lot of you guys are helping others, your friends and family and all that. And look, I really believe, it is one earth, it is one people. We all should ascend at the same time, and we need to help each other, help our brothers and sisters ascend. I don't think, as far as spiritually speaking, I don't think that that we are complete until the whole everyone is complete. Okay. So we're all going to basically ascend at the same time. We're all going to reach that perfection at the same time because we're all going to help each other. And that's what I believe. So when you help your brothers and sisters, you're helping yourself because we're all one. Okay? Cheyenne some say the vomiting and headache from wheatgrass could be the mold on the wheatgrass. Maybe so. Yeah, I don't know. But man, it is. It could be. But it was very detoxifying. I felt, yeah. And I love the way it felt on the teeth. It felt like I was getting a lot of oxygen in my teeth. And it was very pulling too. We've got Wolf Lachar. I've been on a raw high fruit diet for 4 months. Wow, with some veggies. Excellent. Dry fasting, watermelon fast, yet still have acne. Yes, kidneys are filtering. Please help. I'm malabsorbed as well as getting skinny. Okay, so 4 months doing some heavy hitting. I'm not hearing about the herbs though. Are you doing herbs? Are you doing the did you do the liver gallbladder stuff? That's really important for the skin. Are you sweating? Are you opening up all those channels of elimination? How's your bowels, working on those bowels? The herbs really help. You got to get all those channels opened up, okay? Skin really important, absolutely, of course. For the acne, and absolutely the GI tract, super important. Liver, gallbladder herbs, anti-parasite herbs too. Really, the funguses can really block up the skin for sure, all parts of the body. So get all those channels of elimination open. Get sweating. Your diet's good. Get on the good herbal formulas and just keep digging in. I know 4 months sounds like a lot of time. For some people it takes longer, so just keep hitting it. You know what to do, okay? But work on those things. There are some skin herbs too. Actually, a lot of the skin herbs are very related to the liver gallbladder herbs, so make sure that liver gallbladder is really cleaned out and working properly too, okay? Medicine Walker Brother Northstar, love is the law of life. Yeah, it's the only thing. It is the only thing, It really, truly is. We're created out of love. The field of love is where we're all headed. That's where we were born into. That's where we actually are. This is just an illusion, like I said. But it's true. Anything that is not love is not real, is my motto. If it doesn't come from a place of love or it isn't radiating love, it's not real. It's all part of the illusion. Amanda Frey, hello Ross and everyone. I know what Ross means about urination. Good advice from Mark R.E. Pacing ourselves with the fruits in the smoothies. Yeah. Keep an eye on that. You'll see. The proof is right there. Guzzle one and watch yourself wanting to go pee real quick. Thanks, Mark, for your reply. I keep in mind what you said. I tend to eat fruit, no much juice. I do 24 hours dry, and I still urinate a lot during the night. Yeah, the herbs can really kick it up. So check that out. Wolf and Char, yes, I am on herbs. Sweating, yes. Bowel movement, 3 to 5 times a day. Thank you. Keep digging. Keep digging. You'll get there. Dry skin brushing, the saunas, all those things you can do to open up the eliminations and the liver too. You'll get there. Just keep digging. Keep digging, my friends. Okay, so we're coming up on 2 hours here. Excellent night, everybody. Thank you so much. This went really fast. It's such a pleasure to help and just spread what I know. I don't know it all, obviously. You guys are helping me a lot in the parts I don't. And It was great to help everybody and to have everybody from all over the world chime in here. And it's just such a blessing to have this information, the simplicity of it all, and to be able to even trust it is really a blessing. It really, truly is. I don't underestimate that, because I would have never believed this stuff 15 years ago. There's no way. And, we're just helping alleviate so much suffering on this planet by returning to the natural world, the simplicity of it. And I love hearing all your stories and all the successes I hear. Some of the people, have their doubts when they're not getting the instant gratifications and all that. And I just try to keep people on the path and try to give them inspiration and hope, and to know that they're going to get there. They just got to keep up the work, okay? Keep up the good work. And this is not a quick fix. We don't return to our wicked ways after we've detoxed. This is an actual change. It's actual a physical, spiritual, and mental change in your life that you will never look back. You will never look back once you get over the hump. Trust me on that one. Okay? So, Susie Snowflake, love to all, sweet dreams. Thanks, Susie. Same to you. We got Wolfishar. One more thing. Can sweating cause acne to get worse for some time? Yeah, you can go definitely backwards with acne before you go forwards. Absolutely. No question about it. Next show, I am going to do my research and bring you the herbal poultices and fomentations that you can put on the acne to assist that, okay? I have some herbal things you can do, and I'm going to bring that to the next show, I promise. Ross, thanks for your videos. Oh, Ross says, thanks for your videos and your help, Mark. I'm glad I said hi today. You are great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thanks, Ross. Thanks for tuning in from jolly old England. All right, land of the bangers and mash and the Yorkshire pudding. Oh, my gosh. Yorkshire pudding, they take dough and they actually batter and they put it in the drippings of the prime rib. I used to eat it and I used to love it. But, boy, that is not on the menu now. All right, Anti-Award, thanks. Ashley, thanks, Mark. Love to everyone. Good night. Love to you, Ashley. We'll look forward to your email there. Great. Anti-Award, thanks, Mark. Waiting for... next week already, laughing out loud. Good, yeah, good, me too. Wolfish Shark, thank you, you bet. Terry Lynn, thank you, Mark. God bless, appreciate you so much. Appreciate you, Terry, thanks so much. Great chatting with you today. It was so great. We got C Griff 88, big thanks and love from Kauai. Blessings all. Oh, I love Kauai. Oh man, I love Princeville and the North Shore and then the Pali Coast. Oh, beautiful. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. We will see you next week, okay?